How's it going? This is Hoiman, and today we're taking a look at the S.H.Figuarts Ultraman Taiga figure. So you got the front of the box with a nice illustration of the actual suit, and then you have a nice window to see most of the figure inside. And it's got this nice color scheme of red and black together. It's a nice contrast. And then it's the top, and the bottom, side, the other side, a nice illustration of the figure. And then the back to show what poses the figure can do and what he comes with. And down here you have some Japanese legal stuff. And to open the box, you just simply slide open the side flap and pull out the figure like so. So first you do get some instructions showing what the figure comes with and all how to operate the accessories. Pretty self-explanatory. And then you also get this really awesome catalog booklet which pretty much details every Ultraman figure they've made in the line so far. And it's got this really nice premium finish to it. And then a really nice illustration of all the Ultras they've made. And then detailed information of how they made the figure. And then they go through like the different series and different figures they've made through the years. Just overall very cool kind of collection to have, really. It's very nice illustrations for pretty much every figure. And then it even has like all the different kaijus they've made. And then you got the animation Ultraman figures, and then these two are promoting future releases. But by the time this video goes up, these figures have been released already. But for the time, these were the new figures coming out. Yeah, that's a nice booklet that comes with the figure. And then to open the figure itself, you just simply lift off the front cover. Here we have the figure all together with its accessories. So here we have the figure out of the packaging. And for the most part, it's a very nice sculpt. It's quite a simple design, but for what is there, it's very nice and it's very accurate to how he appears in the show. And then all this armor piece is all sculpted and looks very nice. With the use of metallic silver and metallic blue, makes it look a very nice contrast. And for the body itself, it's all in a matte red, but then the silver parts are metallic. So again, it's a nice contrast between the two. And then all the lines on him are individually sculpted as well, to add a bit of texture. And then for the wrist brace itself, again, it's very nicely sculpted. Pretty much retains all the detail that it has in the show. And then this piece here is a metallic as well, so it's a nice finish. And then for the head, you have the nice translucent yellow eyes, and then the translucent blue here and here for the head. So overall, it's a very nice looking finish to the whole figure. So for articulation, the neck is on a double ball joint, so you can look down about that much. Look up that much, and what's cool is that this part of the neck tucks in, so it allows for more range. And then you can tilt his head side to side and also twist. The shoulders on a ball joint that's connected onto a butterfly joint, so you can move that arm however you want. And these parts are a bit of a softer material as well, so it doesn't really hinder the arm too much. And then you can bring the arm out to make the arm go inwards, and then you can also bring the arm out that much. So considering he's got the heavy arm here, it's still quite a lot of range. And then you go forward and backward, but again, this piece does hinder the articulation a bit, but it's not really too bad. And then you can also swivel around that hinge. And he's got double jointed elbows, but it can also swivel at the bicep as well. And he's got ball jointed wrists. And for the torso, double ball joint, so you can lean forward about that much. Not really a whole lot, but it should be enough. Lean back quite a lot more. And this piece is designed to tuck in as well, so it allows more range. You can lean side to side and twist. And then the hips are on the hinge, so you can bring his leg forward, go back, bring it out to the side as well. And it's quite awkward with this piece because this piece is a harder plastic, so it does tend to rub on the thigh here. So you just have to be careful it doesn't leave a scratch or a dent. But sometimes it can go over like that, so it's kind of tricky to maneuver it sometimes, but it should be okay for the most part. But the thing to watch out for is that it does tend to scratch on the thigh. But other than that, you can bring the leg about that far wide. And he's got the swivel as well. He's got double jointed knees, but due to the sculpt of his thigh and his calf, it's quite limited. So you can get about that much of a bend, and this piece is sculpted in a way so it still looks pretty natural. And then his ankle is on a hinge, so you can go back that much, forward that much. You can swivel as well as twist, and he's got the toe hinge. So for the most part, he still retains all the articulation you'd expect a Figuarts figure to have. And due to some design choices, he is able to get quite a lot of range, but still limited in some areas like the torso and the legs. And for some reason, I don't know why, but the proportions of this figure just look a bit off to me. Like the thighs just look a bit too wide. They're just a lot wider than the waist, and they're really thick as well, like his thighs. So I'm not too sure if that's actually accurate to the show, but from what I remember, it wasn't that wide, but that's just how the figure turned out, I guess. But for the most part, he still has all the articulation. That's the figure. Let's take a look at the accessories. For accessories, he comes with a pair of fists, which come on default in the figure, in the packaging. He has two chopping hands with the thumb going inwards, two chopping hands with the thumb going straight, two open palmed hands, and also more sinister open hands. And the right hand for all of them has this peg. And that's because the piece here is actually detachable. And when you swap out the hand, you just attach this onto the new hand. And it also has a hinge as well, so you can move it about, so that it looks more natural when you're posing the figure. So if you bring the wrist forward like that, you can just bend that down, so it still looks somewhat natural. And lastly, he comes with an alternative chest piece, which is the translucent red instead of blue. So my final thoughts are, if you're a huge fan of this character or the show, then I highly recommend this figure. It's nice sculpt, nice paintwork, and overall an accurate representation of the character. But again, I will say that I do find the proportions a bit off on this figure, mainly for the hips and thighs. But other than that, it's a very nice looking figure overall. That's my review. Thank you for watching and enjoy some pictures.